Good evening. This is the NoWeekendForUs submissal on the Sitecore Hackathon of 2017. Our submission is on the SXA category, where we created our own blog module. I'm here with Simran. Gert Gullentops is working really hard on finalizing the module to put everything just in time on the provided Dropbox folders. So let's go into the Sitecore backend and let's explore what we created. So the main question was, what problem were you trying to tackle? What problem were you trying to solve? Basically, one of the main issues that we noticed, that even though SXA holds an obvious great promise, we found it to be quite lacking an actual XDB integration possibility. So what we did is we created our own blog module, which helps us play in on a number of possible aspects that were worth exploring. Those were the SXA module, using all the variants and different styles, the XDB collection and aggregation database that we combined with those, and then upping the game a little bit with taxonomies and tags in Sitecore, which we all covered with a tasty visual sauce. So this is us in the backend. Simran, just go ahead. Let's go into the experience editor and let's see our module created there. It should appear in the toolbox on the left hand side as Sitecore is taking its due time to load. Yep, open it up, and there we have our blog module on the top. We're obviously not going to add it in here, and we'll show you everything in the front end and functionalities that we've put in there. So yeah, go ahead. Basically what we have here is our blog list, with our component properties that allow us to get a variation on the styling. So we have two big variants, one with an image and one without images. And then if we go on, we have the possibility to visualize them in a horizontal or vertical layout throughout the website. So let's just see how this renders on the front end. I think we have this open. Okay, so basically this is the main landing page where you have an overview of all the different blog posts. We've put some very recognizable stories in there, so feel free to browse through all of those. We've had a lot of fun with them, I hope you do. So basically this is just the vertical list of blog posts with an image that are being shown. You might notice that some of them have a small checkbox next to the title, which indicates that these have been read before, and we didn't explore it that deep, but basically you could change the order and make sure that the ones that you've read are shown down below. Let's go into detail of one of these blog posts. We chose to get a blog post. It's still loading, but we jumped out. We're still logged in, obviously. Let's jump out of here. What we did with the detail page is we just kept it plain and simple, just the actual body and the title with the SXA components rendered on here. A nice expansion obviously would be to create an extra component with the image on it. Okay. So as we clicked and viewed this page, it is now marked as a red page. What we also incorporated, as we mentioned, is a collection and aggregation aspect on the user interaction with Sitecore. So when you click through a number of these pages, we actually used the pattern cards and profile cards to tag content and identify visitors throughout their behavior, their click behavior on the website. And combining that with taxonomy in Sitecore, we were able to present the most relevant blog posts for you automatically. So without the actual content editor having to go into a form of rules editing and making those decisions for themselves. Basically they do it when they create the content and assign tagging. Go into the just mark one as a favorite, for example. So we added that in there. What it basically does is it uses a Sitecore profile extension, which in turn marks this page as being marked as one of your favorite authors or one of your favorite blog posts, and it actually keeps those favorites on top of the list. As you see, it automatically refreshes and puts these on top. If you click it again, you will unfavorite it and refresh the list and only have specific ones shown on top of the list. The blog style, I think that's a rendering of the horizontal one.
Yeah,
okay.
Indeed. We have a different style on it, and we put the horizontal listing here.
Yeah, and we actually have the same functionalities all over again, listing these. I think we should actually click around a little more to get an indication box of which ones. I think we had that on Hong Kong noodles or Asian cooking classes. If we go and click through these, obviously these are being sent to the collection database, so it might take a while for them to show up. But feel free to dive into our code and have a look there. We've had them appear after a few minutes. I'm hoping some of them will still pop up, but no harm done if they don't. So how did we actually go forward? So we went forward, we created, we planned a little forward, we created the design concept that we could, once we had our wireframes all done, that we could export, slice up our design, match it up on the SXA wireframing, and get this nice and tasty sauce on top of it. So we created a first rendering of our blog, item list, applied personalization, so as we explained and showcased. And we actually created a number of component variants as well. So one without a blog image and one with, and then obviously there's two styles that we've shown with horizontal and vertical visualization. The final part was the part with the final with the favorite indication. So our end results, basically blog items with a lot of nice functionality from our point of view, a good integration with Experience Database, because for us it was important to create a good looking and viable module on SXA, and we must, I think the three of us will have to agree that some of the lessons were hard learned on both what SXA does. It creates a great framework, but it does change the way that you have to create functionalities with Sitecore, and it was a good learning exercise for us on XDB and how to closely integrate it with the other capabilities that the Sitecore platform has to offer. So that was us for a lengthy almost 24 hours. We're all spent, and obviously, as always, No Weekend for Us is looking forward to 2018 and having no weekend again for us. Goodbye.